Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the next video. This time I'm taking a look at more nostalgic Thomas and Friends YouTube videos from the Winnipeg Railfan, part 2 to the previous upload that I watched fairly recently. Well, maybe not fairly recently, probably about a month ago. But enough chit chat, let's get started. Hey, Matt Bomber.
Not too long ago, I made a video on some nostalgic Thomas the
6
Tank
months
Engine
ago.
videos from the good old days of YouTube. To cut the intro short, I'm the Winnipeg Railfan, and in this video, we're going to take a look at some more nostalgic Thomas and Friends YouTube videos.
Alright, let's do it.
What the hell?
What the hell? Oh, yeah. Thomas Toys.
Now, I generalized this section as Thomas Toys to include videos of collections, short stories, and long-running series made with Thomas merchandise like wooden railway models, Tomy Trackmaster sets, and things like that. This first one, by Lively Jason from March 2007, was one short story I vividly remember watching. It was of Thomas, Percy, Toby, and Duncan going on some little adventure. Picking blueberries.
Oh, I may have seen this one, but I'm going to have to check it out at some other time. But yeah, I do remember seeing a whole lot of Thomas Toy videos, whether they be reviews or just parodies and other ones and such. Like, there was this one guy I remember who had so many different, what were they called? Trackmaster toys of the franchise. I forgot what it was called, but I know that the user is called Rumaful. And I adored his content very much growing up. And although nowadays he's like the most inconsistent uploader ever, I still keep a close eye on the channel.
2007 was one short story I vividly remember watching. It was of Thomas, Percy, Toby, and Duncan going on some little adventure. Picking blueberries, going over a bridge. And like I said a lot in the last video, the production quality for a little short story made for Lively Jason's nephew is really good. The green screen here was done pretty well too.
Yeah.
This video as of now has around 17 million views.
Very good.
I liked watching Thomas toy collections as a kid to see what kind of toys I could maybe get one day for a birthday or for Christmas. Did I? No.
No.
Well, barely. But either way, it was still cool to see what was out there. Well, I really didn't write anything for this segment, did I? Now, this series of short stories by the channel Trains, I could have sworn this channel was named something else back then. Comment if you remember, because I sure don't.
I don't.
Anyways, this series is similar to the first short story, seeing as that they were both made with Wooden Railway series toys. These were pretty well made for stuff that is 13-ish years old now. There are videos on this channel of the same vein as these narrated stories, most likely from when the kid narrating was a lot younger though. I feel like I remember watching the channel's first video, Thomas Wants to Pull the Christmas Tree, from like 16 years ago now. As a kid, I always wanted those little motorized wooden railway engines. I thought the fact that they could move on their own and I could just sit back and watch them go by like a real train was so cool. I'm not sure.
Yeah, those motorized toys, they're pretty cool. Even if the Thomas one in particular looks, I don't know, a bit off. But I'm probably the only one in that regard. But yeah, they're cool toys.
Move on their own and I could just sit back and watch them go by like a real train was so cool. I'm not sure what happened to this channel. The last upload was Percy and Nicole on August 3rd, 2013. 10 years ago now. The description of the last video is oddly vague for some reason. It reads, Percy is running out of steam, ... find out why. And that's it. I wonder if this guy just lost interest in Thomas or trains in general at the time.
Maybe he
and
grew
just
up.
quit
I
the
don't
channel
know.
like someone else I'll mention at the end of the video. The most viewed story is Gordon and the Snowstorm at 31 million views.
I may have seen that video that's on this ad, however.
Miss Oliver and Blossom was one of my favorite channels as a kid.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm familiar with this guy too. I may have seen at least one of his videos back in the day, but only one. I don't remember his stuff too well. But I know how popular his content was back in the day.
I used to binge watch his TNF episodes way too often. The audio sounded like it was recorded during a phone call on a flip phone, but don't take that the wrong way. I still love these videos. The humor and editing definitely made up for it. This series started on April 2nd, 2007 with the prologue episode,
Gotta love those
followed by the
models.
first episode, The Red Wonder, on April 8th. It seems like there's 14 TNF episodes, including a few two-part ones and a couple specials. The characters were Moab's collection of Bachman Thomas HO scale models, like of course Thomas, Percy, James, Gordon, and Emily. My favorite character, however, was an OC named Nigel, a green Burlington Northern switcher engine. I actually
that's
found a
cool.
model similar to Nigel at a hobby shop back in 2013. I really can't remember who made the models, but I found them pretty cool.
Okay.
The last video that sort of resembled a TNF episode was the Halloween special from 2009. After that, there was the 100th videoversary, which was definitely a video.
Damn.
What the hell was that about? James, could you keep it down? I'm kind of busy over here.
What the fuck?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
And then after that, that was kind of it. There was a series of reviews of season 16 of Thomas and Friends, and then some abridged commentary of TNF episodes, and then some really devastating news. Moab, or Will's mother, had actually passed away after a lengthy battle with cancer.
Oh no.
To quote his final update on that channel,
Damn, I forgot that happened, and I'm very sorry that happened. I'm very, very sorry. I completely forgot about that.
he had to move on. Literally. He had to move from where he lived while making the series and had to let go of the whole set. The models were apparently donated to the Thomas Creators Collective to be used in videos on the official Thomas and Friends YouTube channel through other users Moab had gotten to know through his time in the community. Now, to end this on a lighter note, he was active just recently, as in around a year ago now, on a new channel, The Wilstonator, where he'd upload My Little Pony related content. I mean, the channel isn't like brand new, being active since August 2012, but it's still good to see that he's doing alright these days.
Yeah, that's good. And I hope that his models are in good hands now. That they're being taken good care of. TV spoofs.
Now, I don't think you'd count these as fan-made, but I grew up watching old, re-uploaded spoofs from TV shows of Thomas the Tank Engine. Here's a few of my favorites. First up is Ernest the Engine and Others. It was featured from May to October of 2005 on the Australian sketch comedy show Comedy Inc. It consisted of Ernest, a parody of Thomas, Stevie the Steam Train, a parody of Percy, I guess, and Gail the Guards Compartment, a parody of Emily, most likely. It centers around the engines having discussion about real-life stuff, most of the time crude adult stuff like drugs, busting nuts, and Nazis?
Not.
What the hell? Now, I've never seen any of these, but it looks pretty neat. But the fact that this is basically a adult spoof of Thomas that I would probably like to see, honestly.
Crude adult stuff like drugs, busting nuts, and Nazis?
Nazi, said Ernest. What? Said Stevie. I know your little secret, said Ernest.
Stevie was definitely the
Damn.
funniest character, who would, quote, stutter at the most inappropriate of moments.
The fat controller, said Ernest. What's the fat controller complaining about this time? Asked Stevie. who stuttered badly at the most inappropriate of moments.
Next up is one just called Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends from another Aussie sketch comedy show, Fast Forward. Came out during the show's third season in 1991.
And they used Ertl models. That is really cool. Again, I've never seen the spoof either. I don't remember seeing any kind of spoofs, at least not immediately.
Funny enough, season 3 of Thomas and Friends was just starting around the same time these skits were aired. It consisted of Thomas, Percy, renamed Bertie, the Fat Controller, Crazy Bartholomew the Loco Locomotive, and some other DeviantArt OC recolor engines. This one had skits in the same vein as Ernest the Engine, but with Thomas. For a series made back in 91, the production quality was pretty good, especially the pyrotechnics in this one episode.
Wow.
This little skit from the British TV show Spitting Image was probably one of, if not the first, public Thomas spoof ever. It was aired in 1988 as more of a poke at Ringo Starr, the narrator for the early seasons of Thomas, and of course, the drummer for the Beatles. There really isn't much to say about it, to be honest. It's only like 15 seconds at the most.
Thomas was a tank engine with a big red nose. One night he got a little bit overstoked. Suddenly, Gordon the big engine appeared and towed Thomas off to the drying out shed. You're a very naughty engine. No more drink for you from now on, blah blah, sang Thomas. And he went completely off the rails.
Grant Thomas the Tank Engine is a parody from an Australian sports variety show, The Footy Show, I think that's how you pronounce it, from the late 2000s as a parody of Thomas and an Australian football player and coach, Grant Thomas. Yeah, sorry, I have no idea who these are. I was mostly watching as a kid because haha, Thomas Go Brr. Blow Some Steam is a 2012 Robot Chicken parody of Thomas starring...
Damn, I've actually seen that one. I've seen that little episode from Robot Chicken myself. And damn, was it something.
Thomas Go Brr. Blow Some Steam is a 2012 Robot Chicken parody of Thomas, starring Thomas, Percy, James, and Molly. I think that's her name, right? I vividly remember during gym class, me and my friends were running around doing some exercises, and I told my friends to pump those pistons, you steam-powered son of a bitch.
End of the line, fuckhead.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Knapford Station is safe.
You're quite welcome, Mayor.
And how did you dispose of the dynamite?
Boom.
Thomas the Tanked Up Engine was another one of my favorite parodies on Thomas. There really isn't that much info available on it. According to the Thomas Parodies wiki, it came out sometime after the Spitting Image skit and before Fast Forward. So I'm thinking maybe 1989 to 1990 or sometime around then. It was featured on a show hosted by English comedian Bobby Davro. The story goes like this. Thomas is drunk. The end. I remember watching this all the time in like 2011, 2012. I don't know why though. I really wasn't old enough or British enough to understand what the narrator is saying half the time. Otherwise, production is pretty similar to the 1991 Fast Forward sketches, except using Hornby models for Thomas, Percy, Gordon, and James, or Jeremy, as well as Annie and Clarabelle. Like Sonic, Minecraft, and stuff like that. And of course, the movie Unstoppable.
How's the chicken?
Oh, the prawns are delicious.
Oh, I have a shellfish allergy.
One prawn, very good.
Did I say?
GWR Studios. I'm familiar with that.
GWR Studios was one of my favorite YouTube channels in more recent times, like around 2016
What happened
to
to this guy?
2017-ish. He's most known for his series on bloopers and hidden goof-ups in older Thomas and Friends episodes. His second most popular video, Goofs in the 2007 movie Polar Express with 13 million views as of now, would be his last upload ever. Sometime around this upload, the channel description was changed from something elaborate that I can't really remember to just a simple hello, welcome to my channel. I'm sure most people who were fans of this channel were a little concerned at the least about what happened to the guy behind the channel. Did he just quit? Or was it something even worse? Nobody really knew. Nobody could really figure it out. Until recently, that is. In 2017, when videos were still being uploaded to the GWR Studios channel, a channel by the name of Neo Auto uploaded its first video. Take a listen to the narrator in the Neo video.
So to begin, let's start by looking at the exterior of the trucks.
It's the
Both
same
the
guy.
Comanche and the new Gladiator
same
have all
guy.
the classic styling cues that Jeep is known
And then listen to a clip from GWR.
Hey everyone, this is GWR Studios, and for today's video, I'm going to be looking for some goofs in the Runaway. So let's get started.
You see? And there's no denying that the guy from the Christmas 2016 livestream on GWR is clearly the same presenter for Neo Auto. GWR would upload throughout 2017 alongside Neo, but Neo continued on into 2018 and beyond. Neo,
like, why did he just randomly abandon his channel without at least uploading one more time or leaving a community post? Like, why did he just suddenly disappear? I've heard some people say that he apparently got harassed for his content on goofs, which I don't know why the hell anyone would do that, but unless he just all of a sudden lost interest and just bailed because reasons. I'm just as clueless as everyone else right now about what happened to the guy, but apart from some little rumors, I don't know anything that's confirmed. He just left, abandoned the channel because reasons.
but Neo continued on into 2018 and beyond. Neo Auto really isn't that active online, it seems, excluding the fact that the last video was uploaded half a year ago at this point. In fact, I checked Instagram and can't find his account anymore. I think it's safe to say that most fans know it's the same guy at this point. To this day, his automotive channel gets comments asking for the next Goofs and Thomas video, or to look out for the train, or something like that.
Yeah,
it kind of sucks that we won't know why exactly he just up and left his channel. It clearly isn't because of lack of viewership. His least viewed video has over 60,000 views.
That's not
and
bad
the
at
more
all.
recent Thomas ones
Still
were
good.
easily cracking 1 million or more views. In fact, the GWR Studios channel has roughly 162,000 more subscribers than Neo Auto.
Crazy.
The reason must be a lot more complex and most likely personal. It's great to see that the whole channel is still public for all the people who grew up watching these videos, and even more people nowadays, to enjoy. And of course, the same can be said for the rest of the nostalgic Thomas the Tank Engine videos here on YouTube. Hey everyone, this is the Winnipeg Railfan, and I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Also, hey, I know I usually don't preach about how I create videos solely for views and likes, but nowadays with shorts killing long...
Yeah, I'm very well aware of shorts. Despite my overall hatred for YT shorts, I still experiment with them every now and then, just because they are actually pretty helpful with growing your channel and all that. Even though I still prefer the whole full video. And any short that comes up in my subscription box, I immediately dismiss it. Because they're just more annoying to me than anything in general. But enough of that. That's going to do it for the reaction, everybody. Let me know what you think down below. I had fun going through some more nostalgia. Even if it was a little lesser than the previous one, which that's not a bad thing at all. Still a fun watch nonetheless. But yet again, everybody, that's going to do it for the reaction. Let me know what you think down below. Original video will be in the description as always. Take care, everybody, and I'll see y'all next time.